wanted to do a video. We're about 6 months later. Got the frame up on these horses and the engine's here. We're going to go ahead and start modifying the frame to accept the engine and a new transmission that we're going to put in. A lot of the stuff that was here for 1956 has to go, and we're going to look at some of that and discuss that a little bit. Some of the things the factory assembly manual says about the frame mounting and things like that. Well, one of the center lines for the frame mounting is going to go away. We'll look at that. Talk about that a little bit. So let's have a look. Talking about these mounts right here, the transmission mounts, and they are going to go away, but that hole right there, the assembly manual says that that is the center line from which all other frame mounts are set. Well, okay, great. They're already set, so I don't think I need it, and it's not an actual body mount. This is the mechanism for the column shift. That can go away, and this is the end of the clutch pivot, and that can go away as well. As you can see, I've already got the front suspension off of the frame, rear suspension's off of the frame, steering's off of the frame, everything's off of the frame except that grinder that I'm about to make use of. Pretty good shape. I'm gonna probably leave these spring mounts. I don't see myself putting pocket springs on or narrowing the frame any for I am going to put a 4.9" in here, and it's going to get a Tremec 6-speed, but I don't think I need to have huge tires back here. Probably have a posi. There's our engine back here. This is 1999 LS1 out of a Corvette. Got this Batwing oil pan here. You can see that. It's not going to work. I've got to modify, or not modify. I'm going to have to buy an aftermarket oil pan for that, because it's not going to clear the steering at all. And then over on this side here, and this is Arizona, I have to have air, so I'm thinking I'm going to have to move it up here, because there's the compressor, and right back here is the engine mount, and I don't see that as working out very well for this application. I'm sure they made this a low mount because it was in a Corvette, but I'm going to have lots of room up top, so I'm going to have to bring that up on top for the air. And this engine has 68,000 miles on it. It wasn't a screaming deal for a used engine, but it wasn't too bad. Can't wait to hear it run. And of course, that may be a bile. At any rate, we are moving forward. Thanks for watching, guys.
Looks like I'm actually missing a section of video for this this clip here. This is the actual engine mounting, not the frame modification. Sorry, guys.
And we've managed to get the thing where we want it in the frame. However, I still see some pretty substantial gaps on these engine mounts that were the box, out of the box, fit from the, supposed to just weld in. But there's the notch in the frame that I cut. Now it's going to be filled at a later date with steel, but give me clearance for the oil pan. And then on the back side, here's the cross member. These are going to weld in. the rear cross member for this Tremec 6-speed. We had some difficulty arranging this engine into the frame. There's a lot of moving around and jiggling of stuff and measuring and removing the frame, but we determined that the way to do it is to get the engine on some stands and using the hoist to help maneuver it and then move the frame into position. But it was pretty imperative to have the engine centered in the front and then the cross member set in the proper position. And I've seen a link on the Eckler site which shows this transmission and how to set the cross member. The center of the transmission is supposed to be 7 inches above the bottom of the frame. So that's what we've done, and looking over the way the cross member in the front supports the front cross member bracket, I've determined that it's not supposed to sit down very low. If it goes very far down, it comes out the bottom of the frame. So I'm gonna say you can kind of see that I've got 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch gap on this, and it's all weldable, which is apparently what I'm going to be doing. So I could trim and tuck and fit and everything like that, but what I can't do is rotate that mount right there. And the engine's where it needs to be in relation to the frame, so we're going to tack weld them well and let them cool a little bit, and then do a full weld around bead on them. So probably the next video we'll do is frame back from the powder coater and reassembly of some of the parts for the engine. Thanks for watching.